You are now listening to the Non-Millennial Millennials podcast, brought to you by House of Spades Media Group. Enjoy.
You ready?
Hello, people. We are back once again for episode 148 in your rear.
I
His
really
rear
need to stop
villain.
letting you just intro the shows.
Yeah, it's probably a good
Like
idea.
that's like really bad.
Is it a bad idea or is
You
it just
you
like
like the
kind of
Kenneth
okay?
Kenneth of podcasts.
Is that a bad thing?
Absolutely.
How?
Because that's the opposite of what I am. Podcast puffy, god damn it.
Isn't that kind of why it works?
No, nigga. No, it's
Because
not.
I'm willing to take all my clothes off right now, but that's for a
Don't
different
don't
reason
don't.
than you are.
I'm not recording with you if you do that. I'm not. I'm not.
I'm just saying it's
I
for a
will not.
different reason
I
than
won't
you
be.
do.
I
if
won't be
I do it.
succumbed to such disgusting behavior.
Disgusting only in your own right
No, that's disgusting.
and by your own definition.
No, that's disgusting.
No, not to everybody.
It's
And I
disgusting.
know that to be true
It's disgusting.
because things that are disgusting have happened to more people than just you yourself, you little fucking wetback. Everything that's happened to you so far this year has not been half as bad as what's happened to the millionaires that were cheated out of the Grammys this year that they rightfully deserve.
I will say that I do love every week that you bring in the podcast with such coonerous behavior. That's your trademark, and I love it. It's TN2M, Non-Millennial
Call it what
Millennials
you want.
Podcast, House of Spades Media. What the fuck do you want? The Rello broke. This Rello's over there. Why the fuck are you asking me?
That's got nothing to do with anything.
Nothing.
Continue.
How the fuck can I see? How can I work? How can I
Hey,
work, people? God damn.
Anybody need a job for editing and shooting?
And don't mind having their name be George.
Hit
Like
us up.
Jesus Christ.
George is
E-
clueless.
Even if you're a female, you're Georgia now. Like there's equal opportunity hiring here. Why is he having such a hard time? Anyway, Non-Millennial Millennials Podcast, House of Space Media. We in this bitch. Another week, another again. It's your host, Podcast Puffy,
I'm throwing
aka
papers at this nigga.
aka Jose Ortega, here with my host, my co-host and shit, the coon of the year, the Ezekiel himself, the biggest Stanley to ever exist and walk this planet Earth and sing without me on Bluetooth headphones.
Yes, sir.
Busy 9-3. And we in this bitch again, episode 148, I believe.
I think it's 148.
Yeah, I think it's 148, I believe.
I also believe, on top of it being 148,
Yep,
that it's
148.
also the 52nd week I have been on unemployment. So, ha ha ha. Yay. Yay. Yes.
You can't coon
Shout out to
and
the
then uncoon.
coronavirus, I think. I don't know. No, not shout out to that because it's fucking ridiculous. Stop Asian hate. What you think about that?
Nigga. A week ago, when I was talking about Jeremy Lin and shit, like 2-3 weeks ago, you was like, yeah.
That wasn't Asian hate.
And it was Asian hate,
Not in this way.
nigga.
I never said I wanted to put nothing. That's a pause moment. I never said I wanted to do anything horrible.
Your
to
capital insurgents across America have been like assaulting these Asian American individuals.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: do you think they deserve?
No.
You didn't even let me finish.
Do they deserve to be like punished for being Asian? No.
No, that's not what I was gonna ask you.
You're gonna ask me that same question in a
No,
Republican
I'm not.
way.
No, I'm not.
I'm
I
waiting
was
on
gonna
it.
ask you.
I'm waiting on it.
I was gonna ask you, do you think? Because I had this point. I made this point on Twitter. Let me see, like a few days ago. You saw it, you saw it. If you missed it, you missed it. But
MAGA Twitter probably loved it.
they didn't. I just thought it was kind of ironic how, you know, black people always seem to. I'm not trying to be super yada yada here.
Yes, you are.
But shut up. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you know, black people seem to have a bad habit of standing next to people or cultures or I guess people of a certain culture or color that have been done wrong to we tend to stand next to them without
Understanding the struggle.
no,
I'm gonna say we do understand the struggle.
I would say the opposite of that. We tend to stand next to them because we do
That's what I'm saying.
understand that
We do-
certain shit
we
is
do
wrong
Understand the struggle.
and wrong is wrong, and you just shouldn't do certain shit. But those same people we stand next to in them times they need us. I saw a headline come out when, for those of you that don't get what we talking about by now, you know, the little white boy ran through and killed all them people in Atlanta and all them Asian folks. They trying to not call it a hate crime.
Pray for him.
For sure.
Not for the person that killed him, but pray for those individuals that were killed.
Yeah. Talk about a motherfucker having a bad day. You know what I mean? Like, you heard about that, right? The sheriff that came out and said he was just having a bad day. And it was like, well, what you think them 8 families was having after they found out that old boy was just having a bad day? You think they wasn't having a fucked up day too? Shut the fuck up.
Look,
That's why you lost your fucking job, you fucking idiot.
if Korean America wanted to have a bad day and shit, they'd be mad.
It'd be a bad day for us too.
Yeah, because it'd be a good day. It'd be a good day for some niggas because it'd be mad baby mamas that's getting rode on.
Great. For a minute, great. But then what?
Yeah, because them niggas gonna have to start realizing they gonna have to take care of their own kids for real. Shit, be like, damn, son, I ain't even like Shaquanda like that and shit. She was a bitch, but
whether you like Shaquanda,
Daquan is a little bitch ass nigga, bro. Like, I don't even like that nigga, bro.
All I'm saying
Nigga
is
eat ice cream all day and fucking cheeses and Cheetos and shit, nigga. Don't even play no sports, nigga.
For motherfuckers that sat up and
nigga play volleyball and shit, nigga. What kind of shit is that?
For motherfuckers that talk shit the way that they have, I mean, you kind of got to give it to them to be. I don't even want to say that, man. I don't even want to say that because it's still ridiculous. Your thought pattern and be, it is. I didn't fully say what I was just trying to flush out right there. What I'm trying to say is, it's fucking retarded.
Politically correct, Brizzy.
I'm not being politically correct. I'm just saying the real. It's fucking retarded. It's R-worded for the algorithm. It's fucking R-worded to fucking sit up and say that something like that is a bad day. That's weird for the algorithm. And that aside,
it's normal for the whiteness, though.
Time out, though. That aside, how many people is it looking at his so-called excuse so far, which is I had a sexual addiction to.
Sexual addiction.
You just happen to kill
caused you to
6 Asian women and 2 white dudes because you
in the course of a day. In the course of a day.
At 3 different places. Come on, bro. What?
Look, fam.
Huh?
A hate crime is a hate crime in America.
But they don't want to call it that.
No, because...
And ain't nothing wrong with not calling it that other than the fact that you're not fucking calling it that.
Yeah, I'm about to say there is something wrong with not calling it that. Because you're not...
Yeah, that's it.
You're not just properly acknowledging the fact that such a crime is and can be happening in the United States, which can and does happen quite often.
Time out.
But hold on, before I let you cook. But this is the hard part for me. Someone that believes and wakes up every day, you know what I'm saying, with, you know what I'm saying, my Latino penis and looks in the mirror and says, I am a revolutionary.
Huh? A revolutionary. Huh? Okay. I do not have a good Fred Hampton.
No, you don't.
Voice.
Shout out to Fred Hampton.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Senior. But
And Junior.
I like he's not dead.
You said shout out. You didn't say rest in peace.
You know what I mean. But regardless, I look up and I can say to myself that, but not very many Asian Americans was really with us when George Floyd died. They kind of
time out, because I don't want you to.
I'm not.
I know where you're going.
I'm not trying to slander it. I'm not trying to slander it.
I know what you're trying to say.
I'm not trying to even belittle what's going on with him.
I know what you're trying to say.
I'm the one that acknowledged it.
I know what you're trying to say.
But the thing is that like, all right, cool.
Just so YouTube knows, there will be no Asian American or Asian Pacific Islander slander on this podcast.
Absolutely,
we are just adding a narrative from a black perspective.
And
so
context.
if you don't, and context. So if you don't fucking get that through your algorithm, then maybe the algorithm's fucking racist.
Yeah.
How about that?
Sorry.
Yeah.
But
let him finish.
Yeah.
I think I know where he's going.
We were at a point in time last year with the pandemic even occurring after the death of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. We were on the Black Lives Matter movement was on an up and up. We saw white people gathering hand in hand. We saw Latinos gathering hand in hand with black people and through the entire nine. Not very much, it hasn't been much connection nationally with the Asian community, pre-pandemic with the plight of black people. Because I think...
Why do you think that is?
I think that in American culture, we look at it as like, all right...
We know how... Time out. We know how we get looked at when we walk into liquor stores and beauty shops. Yeah. Beauty supply stores and liquor stores. We know how we get looked at in certain hoods when we go in there. We know the first person they paying attention to. Certain places. That's not just a thing that happened in the 90s in music videos and movies. That is a real thing.
But I think that the Asian American community has been overlooked racially by white America.
Of course. But
at one point in time, the Arabic community was actually looked over by the American white person. And then 9/11 happened. And then there was like 6 or 7 hard-ass years of motherfuckers being super dumb racist in America towards Arabic communities. Eventually, we kind of forgot about it, and then the black plight continued. I almost feel that way about the Asian plight right now when it comes out to this coronavirus shit. The Trump administration is fresh. That bullshit is fresh. That racist rhetoric is fresh. So coming off of that into the Biden administration, into 2021, to me, it doesn't seem abnormal to see a bunch of these motherfucking MAGA followers doing the most utterly racist shit on the face of the earth. And then, I'm mad the pandemic exists. I'm going to fucking shoot up a goddamn beauty salon or a nail shop. Guess what? Most of those people, more times...
In that case, it was a
more times than not, like... The coronavirus, if we're gonna be geographically correct, the coronavirus came from where? What? China? A lot of the fucking nail shops are owned by who? The Koreans.
Time out.
This not even the same fucking country.
Time out. Isn't it racist alone by itself just to say, hey, I have a sexual addiction? And then, okay, maybe your fetish is Asian women, but isn't that's already a thing about fetishizing certain people. That to the side.
Fam.
No disrespect, but that to the side. You using that as the excuse when you killed 6 Asian women and fucking 2 white dudes, and you was a white dude yourself, and you gonna say it's not a hate crime for whatever reason.
I will say,
how is the police even not investigating it as it may or may not be that? How is that not a thing?
It's fucked up like a motherfucker. It's fucked up because it's like I feel for it.
We don't get a lot of viewers, so this probably won't get pulled.
It's fucked.
Like, goddamn,
it's fucked up because I feel for it.
That's weird.
Because this morning, when I woke up this morning, and when I do my normal, abnormal, Friday morning check, when I look for new music, you know what I'm saying? I check my bank account to make sure I'm still balling. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking my morning shit. Things of that sort. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
I was looking on Twitter, and the first thing that I see was this elderly Asian woman had gone missing in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And she needed mental attention. Like she that's something
Did you see that video of that old Asian dude getting shoved to the ground? I think
it was
he got
it was
severely
disgusting.
hurt.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Some little white kid.
Yeah, it was
In
disgusting.
California, he just dude just crossed the street, and this little white dude came from the other side of the street and was just like, "Fuck!" And that nigga like hit his face on like the side of the curb or some shit, and he just got up and was like, "Dang, like, why are y'all doing this? Seriously?"
It's disgusting.
I mean, dude, I get it. You mad? You think the election's not over? I get it.
I've been saying
come on.
time and time again, and
Come
if I
on,
do
bro.
this enough times or right correctly, mark my words, they'll kill me for it. The American people have not been able to hold themselves accountable for shit.
I realized this morning.
In the past 2 years, the American white person, whether you Caucasian or Caucanese, has been put in the spotlight to where you either got to be held accountable for the shit that you and your ancestors have done or not. And you kind of see what that pressure looks like. It's like a bunch of motherfuckers say, I'm not going to hold myself accountable for that. Some that do, some that understand it. But there's a lot that don't.
Yeah.
And the more than that, then don't just understand it, they combat the reasons as to why they shouldn't. When that shit happens, then we get ourselves into these positions where it's like a virus happens. It originates in China, and now you're attacking Asian people.
That's not something
That's
can
fucking nuts.
But see, that's the thing though. That's not something you can like put your hand on and say, "Hey, we're gonna make that happen." The fact that there's as many people that think that that's the case, that there's a cabal there's a Jewish or Satanistic death cult between fucking Jews and all the rich people in America and the rest of the world that can make things happen for people that can't make things happen for themselves, and they have to be granted this power. They can't just think their way out of a situation or work their way out of a situation.
Nigga.
These same people sit up and say, "Hey, how dare you tell me I'm wrong?" What the fuck are you talking about when you say, "How dare you can't tell me I'm wrong," when we're 4 or 5 months removed from this result that you say isn't a thing? And it's one thing if look, I promise you, I would be all for it if this was like the first or second American election ever. But we're on like number 48. Stop it.
Check this, homie.
Stop it. Stop it.
I give a lot of origin story to who is Jose Ortega on this show. So I'm gonna give some more of the origin story to who I am personally.
Please do.
My mother, the wonderful woman that she is, came up under 2 different religions, one of them being Catholic during her early ages of life. During those points in time, if you're familiar with the Catholic religion, guilt and accountability is a big thing.
Yeah.
Moving forward in her life, she ended up becoming a Jehovah's Witness, which I shun publicly, often. Not like Hitler.
Not as publicly as I'd like him to shun it, but publicly.
He wants me to be Hitler, but I'm not that person.
I just,
I'm not that person. But
just to tell the truth.
Señorito Ortega.
Shout out to my to my what would she be? My
Tia.
My fake mama.
Tia.
My tia. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Get it.
Niggas.
Get it. Anyway, so Señorita Ortega, later on in her religious years, found another religion, but accountability and responsibility for your actions was still a big thing. So growing up, getting a taste of both religions a little bit, the ethic that was applied upon me is if you get caught up with it, you did it, you do the time for it, you hold yourself accountable.
Accept your responsibility.
If I get caught up for a brick, nigga, I got caught up with the brick. My brain isn't even going to go to another place naturally to be like, oh, maybe I should snitch on somebody else to get out of trouble with this brick. My head is like, damn, I got caught up with this brick. Let me get a good lawyer.
Right.
That's where
How
my
do
mind.
I get out of this?
That's where my mind goes.
How do I get the nigga that sold me?
How do I get the less amount of time for this brick that I got caught up for, which is probably a better lawyer for me? Accountability upon what you done in life.
For this metaphorical brick you speak of, yes, you are right.
And what I have seen in the last 4 years prior to the Biden administration, I would even say through the first year, I mean the final year of even the Obama administration, motherfuckers in America, white, black, Asian, Latino, across the board, have just held themselves not accountable for fuck shit that they do at all. So when you not hold yourself accountable,
can we say that
when shit
fully?
When fuck shit happens, you have these people in the cut, not holding their communities accountable, not holding their police forces accountable, and shitting and going and so forth, until we're the point to where we have this huge clusterfuck. Motherfuckers in Louisville is still having a hard time holding the police officers accountable for killing Breonna Taylor. Nigga, what?
I think I hate to be this I hate to be this guy, but that's a great segue. Even though what you're saying is a real thing, that's a great segue into what is actually on the docket outside of us talking about that, which is also a part of the docket.
Viva la revolución.
We've just been talking about it loosely. Did you see the Grammys?
Sword. Like, in this moment.
Did you see the Grammys?
No.
Okay.
I refuse. I boycott the Grammys every year now.
Well, I mean, anytime Hov and B show up, I feel like, I can watch it. It's safe. This is safe.
You want to know why? Like,
they only
you know why I'm
anti
anti-Grammys? You know why I am anti-Grammys?
Do you know why I'm anti-Grammys, but I still watch the Grammys?
In a simple 60 minutes.
Do you know? You mean 60 seconds?
60 seconds. I'm sorry.
Do you know why I watch the Grammys and still despise them?
I can say it in less than 60 seconds.
Please do.
You would have a hard time winning the Grammy. George would have a hard time winning the Grammy. I don't believe that. Conway, Freddie Gibbs, and a slew of other great MCs who make great music have hard times winning Grammys for the rap category. For hip hop, for R&B. This is hard as fuck. Because you have to play this stupid ass game. And that's not saying that you don't make great music. Now, Grant, like,
no, not at all.
Like, I'm gonna be
not at all.
And I know what you're gonna touch on. For me, the fact that I'm not a Weeknd a super fan. I'm gonna be 100%.
I was gonna go into Lil Baby, but let's go there. You talking about the Weeknd?
I'm gonna go Weeknd.
From where we were talking about with the racial thing.
Yeah.
I was going into the Lil Baby performance because
I'll go there too.
He changed up the song, even the Bigger Picture song. He changed it up. He had Tamika Mallory in there doing a little thing. He had Killer Mike with a verse on there.
Killer Mike out there, all right, for sure.
A lot of young niggas thought the Killer Mike verse was corny, but to a lot of niggas like me and you,
we grown.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
so. Yeah, I mean, so yeah. it was.
I listen to Run the Jewels on purpose to make Caucanese people uncomfortable in my neighborhood.
Well, I like to say Killer Mike did a good job of that in his own way.
Shout
for
to
a lot
of
people's grandmothers and mothers. So with that being said, though, Lil Baby did his motherfucking thing.
All right, shout out to him.
Da Baby did his motherfucking thing.
Did he use the same flow as he always used on every single song that he ever breathed on ever?
Well, what do you think he performed? Exactly. So Roddy Ricch did his motherfucking thing.
Shout out to him.
Post Malone did his motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
And the highlight, obviously, of the entire show was I mean, come on.
Cardi Gang and Meg.
Meg and Cardi.
You know, of course. Of course.
Come on.
Shout out to them queens. Shout out
Doja Cat. I'm not a fan.
I'm not neither.
I think she can I ask this question? I've been meaning to ask this question since
I've never heard a Doja Cat song in my life, so don't
fuck,
even ask
fuck,
about
fuck,
the music.
fuck if you ever heard of her or not. And that's not no disrespect to her when I say fuck if you ever heard of her. But I'm just saying, why is it every pop star, quote unquote, or chick that's presumed to be the next pop star, we talking about from Lady Gaga in 06 to Rihanna to Beyonce.
Lady Gaga found that Bow Wow
Let
bag.
me no. Let me go. Let me get where I'm going. Let me cook. From Lady Gaga to Beyonce to Taylor Swift to yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Why every time they performed at the Grammys or even Madonna, every time they perform at the Grammys or the VMAs, why does some single constitute said performer or writer and performer of that single mean you have to put on a robot suit and like go do the robot, all that shit? Like, what is that? Like, that's been a thing for a while for pop stars specifically.
I think
Female pop stars, even Nicki Minaj. Female pop stars specifically. If you go do your history over the last 10, 15, 20 years, VMAs, Grammys, BET Awards, there is a performance where you see a female rapper or pop star doing a performance in a fucking robot outfit. What is that? Why is that a thing? That's not even no like weird Illuminati like cult weird question I'm asking.
That
like,
shit
that's
died out. The last of it was during the era which I was actually last dancing in, which was the shuffle era. That's when that shit went out. It was like that was the end of it. It was the robot
but
head.
Did it?
It was the robot head.
Sierra did it. Beyonce did. The era you talking about, it went out with. Sierra did it after that.
But
Beyonce did it again after that. Lady Gaga did it after that. Katy Perry did it after that. Taylor Swift did it after that.
Just as much as I know from our pop music history that we know, me and you both know that the pop music history is popular music. So what's the most popular music in the world right now? It's hip hop. What's the most popular music in the world really been in the last 30 years? Hip hop. Even though it might not have been the most sold worldwide, it was the most boycotted. It was the most combative. It was the most revolutionary. It was that. So motherfuckers,
everything else, it wasn't. It was
exactly. So motherfuckers were still gravitating to hip hop,
and has been since its fucking creation.
So I think that there was maybe that I can't say what moment it was, in pop to hip hop, the robot coming into each other and that shit being cool.
I'm not saying that that's a certain thing. I'm just saying I think it's a thing. Weird.
I'm saying it's a thing because it is a thing.
So you do notice the trend.
Yes, I noticed the trend.
That's all I'm saying is that it's a trend.
The trend has been over for 25 years. I can't say when that moment happened, but it's for some reason in pop culture music industry, it's like, yo, let's throw Katy Perry ass out there with the Migos and make her do the robot and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna. Well, I'm just in her
before that.
I'm just saying, even that's one of the most popular moments.
Britney Spears did it.
Britney Spears did it. Madonna did it. A lot of motherfuckers have done it, but this is the pop culture game.
Why? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Do you make pop records? I don't think you do.
I do. I've written pop records.
So do I.
I don't know a lot of pop artists. I don't know a lot of people that can perform them, but I have written records I would consider to be pop records if I had the right person to sing them. Regardless of that point, whether they would be hits or not, that's got nothing to do with my point. My point is, why the fuck is that a thing? Why is it a thing between, like I said,
I think it's an art thing.
Pop, R&B, hip hop, female specific artists, because you never see a dude pop out in no fucking robot outfit for his performance. You never see a guy do that. Why is
It's
it?
been about 10 years.
When was the last? What was the
LMFAO or LMAO.
They don't count. That's pop.
Yeah,
and they don't count as like individual artists.
Before
that
then,
doesn't count.
between then,
That doesn't count.
Lupe
LMFAO. Who even remembers them? If you're a
Lupe
listener
Fiasco,
to this
then.
podcast and you're under
Lupe
the age,
Fiasco, that was a shit. That was a thing.
what?
Yes, nigga. Remember the song Daydreaming with Jill Scott?
Nigga, that was
From Food Liquor-
2007.
That shit ran forever though.
You talking about LMFAO versus Lupe Fiasco?
No, you asked for another example, so I gave you one. He made that, and he was a crossover, and prior, he was one of the very few. This one something
If
I would
Lupe
give, this something I
Fiasco
would give,
crossed
this something I
over,
would
then
give-
why isn't he
this
as
something I would
big
give
as he
Lupe.
should be?
This something I would give Lupe. Lupe was one of the artists post Kanye being in the game that was one of a very few crossover artists, meaning that he could make a track that was really for the streets that white people also in America and across the globe could like.
Yeah.
He just made lasers and niggas was like, nah, that shit garbage.
I don't think that. Okay. I've always been one of those people that didn't think that album was that bad. But with that being said,
Have you listened to it in 2021?
No.
2020?
No. I haven't listened to the album probably since 2017.
As much as I call you a coon and all types of other things in jest, listen to it today as a 27-year-old man. You understand what I'm saying. You'll probably understand fully what people were trying to say about that album being trash that we heard saying it was trash. Now then,
I always understood why people said, I don't want to spend a lot of time on Lupe Fiasco, but you know, I've always understood.
I love Lupe.
Why, I do too, but I'm just saying, I never understood why people said like the whole album was garbage when he's never put out an album that the whole album was garbage.
He put
even albums I've listened, like the newer albums that I've listened to, like half of, they aren't garbage. They might not be for the time.
He put up 50% from the field, but that was a long ass album.
Okay, you can say the same thing about any other lyrical nigga. Like if Joe Budden put out an album right now, you could fucking say the same thing. If Royce the 5'9",
if Joe Budden put out a fucking album right now, I guarantee you it'd be trash. If Joseph Budden put out an album today, it'd be trash.
Do you hear this nigga, George? He said if Joe Budden, one of the greatest lyricists ever, put out an album right now, a nigga who hasn't put out an album or a verse or a song
he the weakest
in
nigga
the
in
last,
the
it's 2021, he hasn't put out a verse, album, or a single or anything.
The weakest nigga in the slaughterhouse.
7 years, 5 years, 5, 6 years, 5 years to be just short, right? 5 years. Really?
The weakest nigga in the slaughterhouse. We saying that right now. You saying that he would make a dope project today in 2021 if you dropped an album today?
What is a project in 2021?
10 songs.
Is that your opinion or who,
average? 10 songs.
Really? Okay. That average is 10 songs. You think that Joe Budden, I know what you think about me then, god damn. I must be a 93rd.
Do you think that you not getting a real rough critique when your album drop?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you getting a real honest critique.
I'm looking forward to it.
Next week, the public, y'all will hear my review on the plugs I met.
You know what's funny about that?
And a bunch of other things. But
you know what's funny about that?
I'm giving honest critiques.
You haven't critiqued the songs I've put out so far. There's a song coming out next week.
Don't give a fuck.
Everybody's knowing that's
Don't
coming
care.
out. Niggas say, hey, I just want to listen to it as a whole project. Hey, who said anything about a whole project?
Look, nigga, who the fuck you think you is? OT Genesis?
I don't even know what that means.
Right.
Hey, and if you savvy enough to know what that means, why you listening to this? Shout out to you. Because I don't even know if that's funny or if that's an insult.
OT Genesis don't release projects. He release singles. and them singles go. He signed a
I'm in
conglomerate.
love with the go.
Yeah, he signed to Busta Rhymes.
So
he only makes singles pretty much.
And Master P is trying to make an HBCU. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Hey, George, grab this
but
joint.
OT Genesis has been fucking eating off them singles. Like,
yeah, because he had a hit single.
And he's still making just singles. Nigga, he eating off them hugs.
All I'm saying
He really not making a fucking album.
All I'm saying is this. Check me out. If everything we do is constituted on or constitutional depending on everything we don't do, now how the fuck we gonna do what we need to do? Make that make sense to me, sir. So when we run up on these niggas and we see these niggas that got supposed Big Dracos bigger than Big Draco, and they supposedly out here doing things that are making them bigger than God himself, what do you think with God and all his infamy and all his uninfamous, what's the word for infamous or all of that? What the fuck do you think?
Famous, nigga. The opposite word of infamous is famous.
You know what I mean. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen when it comes down to God striking his hand against the niggas that know what they have been doing and have been contributing to the game and have been contributing to the game for as long as they could and can, versus what the fuck is going on right now? Are you serious? Whether it's Big Draco, Bow Wow, Drizzy, or anybody else.
If you really
not to mention,
if you wake up every morning and get up in front of the mic and your main competition in your head is Big Draco and Bow Wow,
I'm not saying that's your main competition.
You just trash from the jump.
I'm just saying you might wake up like Drizzy one day. You might wake up feeling like Drake. And then you say to yourself,
I woke
hey.
up like that for like 4 years in a row.
You might wake up and say to yourself, hey, yo, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the one and only Shadrick Mossington. And if it wasn't for the one and only Shadrick Mossington, not only would there not be no Big Draco, there would not be a lot of other people. We could go down a list. Some of them got some things going against them right now that we're not going to speak of.
Stop it. I'm just going to stop. Stop it. Let's stop. Let's stop.
I'm just saying.
Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. I'm hip hop for real. We don't acknowledge Shadrick Mossington. We don't acknowledge DeAndre Wade.
Hip hop for real, you can't not acknowledge.
We do not in hip hop acknowledge Shadrick Mossington or DeAndre Wade. We in hip hop do not.
What it says right here.
We in hip hop do not acknowledge such a thing.
What it says here, sir.
We in hip hop do not acknowledge the fact that the Grammys is trash, other than the fact that we say that it's trash. The only positive note that come from the Grammys, or any stupid type of shit that you've been saying for the past 3 minutes that I let you rock on because I'm the greatest motherfucking podcast interviewer of all time to ever breathe life ever on this fucking planet we call Earth.
Y'all heard this nigga?
Is the fact that Nas got his first Grammy. So praise
along with Meg getting cheated, nigga.
So
is that okay?
No,
is that okay to you?
First Grammy. So praise Black Blood Gang Jesus.
I was just talking about Lil Baby's performance. God damn it! Now you want to bring Meg and everybody else.
Nigga.
God damn it.
Nigga.
Beyonce has tied Quincy Jones.
Nigga.
How many of you niggas have tied Quincy Jones?
Nigga.
None of you.
Nigga.
But Beyonce.
Stop talking to the fans like that, like you know some shit right now. It's very much insulting. It's patronizing and shit. It's making me mad inside of my soul and shit. Look, nigga.
Word?
Real talk. We are going to acknowledge right now in this presence on episode 148 of the Non-Millennial Millennials podcast, hosted by Jose Ortega and Busy 93. Like, we are going to not acknowledge the fact that the great, the legend that is from fucking Queensbridge, Nas, got his first ever Grammy, which is long motherfucking overdue.
See,
for King's Disease, which is an amazing
I'm gonna
album.
let him finish.
You let me finish, goddamn.
I'm gonna let him finish.
This has been a long time coming. They did not let this nigga get the Untitled album off, which was an amazing album. That shit classic.
AKA the N-word album.
It was called the Nigger album for these white peoples that didn't in America that feel uncomfortable. Yes, it was for you.
It's a great album.
Life is Good is an amazing album.
Great album.
If you grown as fuck today and shit, and you probably got a couple kids and shit, maybe, you understand what that album is like. It hit extra hard today in 2021. It hit extra hard, nigga, yesterday in 2020 and in 2019. Give your respects to where it's fucking due.
So are you going
Y'all did not respect and acknowledge Stillmatic for what it was. Shut your mouth. It's not about you right now. It's about Nas.
I'm just saying.
You ain't got no album, Bizdrick. I'm talking to the people. I'm trying to let them know. I'm trying to let them know. Like, and we got to acknowledge Stillmatic.
I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Don't listen to Illmatic. He don't own that shit. He don't even want you to listen to that shit no more. Don't listen to Nasir because Kanye produced that shit. He a coon. We don't listen to that shit no more. Listen to them Lost Tape shits.
1 and 2.
This education is for the A+ niggas.
And for those of you niggas that don't know about the Lost Tapes too, that shit used to be sold exclusively on what is it? CD. But they used to call that shit CD-ROM.
Whatever. Acknowledge the greatness that is Nas. We don't need King's Disease to let y'all niggas know that this nigga is one of the greatest to ever do it. But on this day, on that same day where we gotta acknowledge the greatness that is Nasir Jones, we also had to acknowledge the fact that not only did Hov bring home a Grammy, not only that Beyonce had to bring home a Grammy, Blue Ivy brought in a motherfucking Grammy.
You know what's
so
funny?
The snub continues.
You know what's funny about
that
you being my
means it's
co-host?
hip-hop. Let it live, goddammit. Let it live.
You know what's funny about you being my co-host? After all this time, I thought where you were going somehow was going to end up tying into a subplot that we could both get into. But just like the motherfucking brother I know you to be, regardless of our politics and how racist or Republican you think I am, God damn it, you made a good point. And that's the truth. Because Blue Ivy did get a Grammy.
It's a great day.
And she did it better than the rest of you niggas.
Jorge?
And George, that goes to you. And George, so does this.
Yeah, that goes to me.
For sure.
Yeah.
One is out, one is the other, and it is what it is. And here we are. Here you go. There you go. And here we are. Hey, what you want to do with the rest of this information that we got going on tonight?
I also want to say before we get off this Grammy topic that fuck the Grammys for not acknowledging Kendrick Lamar over
I mean, The Weeknd, you can say fuck him.
The Weeknd,
you know what? Finally got
I'm about to say, like, I'm glad you brought up The Weeknd because The Weeknd, I completely understand his point. If I'm him, I'm not even submitting my shit no more.
Time out. Kanye fucking submitted a Grammy, or he submitted himself to be in the running for it. Pissed on pissed on a Grammy he already had, filmed it, and then won another Grammy for gospel music. That nigga got like 2 Grammys for gospel. Yet, and granted, I love Billie Eilish. I really do. But even Billie hopped up on stage and said, yo, this supposed to be for Meg. This Meg shit. And then Meg was like, yo, I mean, thank you.
That was the most you know what that was? You know what that was?
A repeat of the Macklemore shit. But
That's
but
Billie
more
Eilish,
genuine.
Billie
more
Eilish
genuine.
might be one of the smartest fucking white celebrities in the industry
That's
right
why
now.
I say
period.
more genuine. That's
more
why
period.
And then didn't she change her whole hairstyle 2 weeks later or a week later? She's blonde now.
I don't even care. I thought that when I seen that on Twitter, I thought that was
love
admirable.
Billie only because Billie has always been the type of person that
You
seems
catch it with your hands?
Yeah, you should toss it to that nigga. Billie has always been the type of person that no matter her hair color, obviously, just seems like she's just super down to earth. And
She looks like she stinks.
wow.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I
You
wrong?
are. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
How much though?
Like a lot.
On a scale of 1 to 10. From Jorge.
You mean like
From Jorge. Scale of 1 to 10.
Let's go for Jorge.
Scale of 1 to 10 it.
You
5, 6?
You trusted his
Oh shit, nigga, I'm
You
good.
trusted
nigga, I'm
his
good.
opinion with that haircut?
No, absolutely not.
When
That's
y'all
why I gave
see
the question
his
to him.
haircut.
No, that's why we don't give him Jorge a mic or
True.
a camera
True.
to look at himself.
True.
Matter of fact, we gonna get a Jorge cam when we get some
Vince
more money.
McMahon
we just gonna-
already
we just-
knows what he
we
wants
just
to
gonna
do
get a
with you.
Jorge. We don't get a cam just to look at you. Like when you pass out and shit, like midway through the podcast. Like we gonna get one of those just for you.
Pass off cam.
And I hope you,
I love Fruity Pebbles. Let's get the fucking post back. For
and
sure.
I
Let's
hope
do
you
that.
know, because I know you know,
Post,
because
what's
me and you
up?
went to high school together. I know you know I'm a capitalist. So when the time comes, we're gonna start docking your pay because we're gonna know exactly when you go to sleep and shit. And when you wake up, you only get like 30 seconds worth of clock time.
And
Like,
when you get that
you-
30 seconds worth of clock time, all you gonna do is just sit there and with your bum ass.
You want to see a check that say like $1.70 and be like, where the fuck is this? Like, nigga, you slept the whole bitch. The fuck you in?
Hey, you know what I just realized? Shout out to all you people that listen to this podcast every week. Because you know
y'all.
what?
We love y'all, dog.
We
for
would
real.
not do shit that we do without you, much less talk about, the things we talk about, because we wouldn't give a fuck unless y'all gave a fuck to let us listen to it. We wouldn't let George pass his joints knowing things that he does in his personal life. We wouldn't do the things that
We wouldn't let Busy 93 eat fucking Fruity Pebbles on Sunday morning and watch Saturday morning cartoons like he's fucking 8 years old.
Honey Nut
without y'all.
Cheerios, Fruity
Nigga, there's
Pebbles,
a fucking
Cinnamon
box of Fruity
Toast
Pebbles
Crunch,
right there.
whatever you
want to
call it.
It
Yeah.
got the whole
Oh,
maze on the back.
no.
What the fuck you mean?
Turn the camera. It's right there.
It got a game.
It's right there.
You gonna look at the Modelo can.
It's right. No. You
The
can see-
Modelo can and that Dulce is
I
mine.
think the Fruity Pebbles box is tall enough to show you the point. That's real because guess what? That's fire cereal, even though it got rat poison in it.
Look, nigga, you trash. All right, it's okay.
You ever heard of trisodium phosphate? We ain't even gonna get into my fucking.
I eat Honey Nut Cheerios, nigga. I've been trying to save
Okay.
myself from dying. Huh? Exactly.
I might eat a handful of that every now and again.
I'm trying
That's
to go.
why I done had the box so long.
I'm trying to go 15% vegan.
This
and
like a
nigga
4-month-old
like, get on
box
my
of Fruity Pebbles, bro.
Nigga.
Yeah, because I haven't ate it.
He ain't got mice yet, though. He ain't got mice yet, so he good.
Nigga,
You
Right.
said what?
right? Why would any fucking?
I mean, saying like,
Duh.
look, nigga, you been at my brother's house. There was a whole rat that came out of a fucking box of Rice
Christ.
Krispies, nigga. Like you seen that shit.
It
It was
made
crazy.
me lose my whole point. Look, the point is,
Sometimes you gotta pull a 357 on a rat.
Hey,
that
look.
come out of a box of Rice Krispies.
Hey, look. The point is.
That's hood living.
The
nigga.
point is.
I miss the ghetto.
Hey. Ghetto or not, coked out or not, and gassed out or not. Guess what? Beyonce did her motherfucking thing unintentionally. Blue Ivy obviously did her motherfucking thing unintentionally.
Do we gotta do this every fucking week, Patrick? Do we have to?
Can I get through what I'm saying?
I love the Carters, my nigga. I love the Carters, my nigga. Jay-Z is on my mouth.
Finished with what I was saying.
But you saying right now, my nigga, we gonna dick ride the Carters right now. Right now.
I ain't even finished.
All right. Cook.
I ain't even finished
Cook.
what I was saying.
Cook.
All
Wolfgang
I was saying
Bistrick.
was,
Cook.
all I was saying was, all of that happened. Meg got cheated. Motherfucking Cardi set a record. Beyonce set a record. A new record.
Beyonce is the record. We're not even gonna do this no more.
Well, actually, Quincy Jones was the record, and she tied it Sunday night. So yeah,
Quincy Jones has been.
Quincy Jones had 28. That nigga was the record. She tied it.
Clarence Avon is Quincy
yeah.
Jones' best friend, nigga. He been on this planet longer than Earth, nigga. That's not a surprise to me.
Regardless, between that, Nas getting his first Grammy that was deserved
Praise
fucking 20 years ago.
Black
and
Blood Gang Jesus.
Everything else that's happened with just the Recording Academy itself, with Cardi B being the first diamond female rap artist. And
did we talk about that?
yes, we did last week. I just thought,
I love that. I still love it because and still this week like I did last week. It's you want to like if you actually want to. And this is what this is one thing I don't like about female or the femc game in hip hop.
okay,
That it's so narrow and there's not so many people within it that are really good for real, unique for real, standoutish for real. That as soon as one gets a little bit of buzz, positive, gets that track positive, gets that shit rocking on the radio, in the clubs, whatever, it's like the competition spot. I don't like that. Every female femc that's dope should not have to be versus against each other.
that goes back to my robot point.
But
Why do you make every chick do that? Because for some reason that robot thing works when it comes to a big performance.
that's an industry question. I have no idea the answer to.
Let me finish. That thing, I think, is a thing because of mainstream, quote unquote, mainstream music. Regardless to whether it works or not. At the same time, the chicks that write the songs or the people that write the songs that these chicks sing, that are these songs that would permit these types of performances aren't always that strong and don't permit that type of performance. Like I said, for instance, I'm not shitting on the Doja Cat thing. I'm not the biggest fan of Doja Cat, but I do think the little chick is like cute as hell. But at the same time,
My thing is real music is always gonna last for me.
at the same time, I'm just saying, when you see
Always.
the same thing done a million times, it's like, what are we doing?
I actually like that this is being brought up because there was a moment that I want to bring up in front of our listeners that I haven't even talked to my wife about.
It's
Happened
kind of
this-
like the Big Draco
hap-
thing. If you think about
no, it's not.
it is.
No, it happened at the work this week.
Soldier Boy always has a point.
And it really disturbed me. So I come back from work, from my lunch break, more origin than Ortega. And there's bluegrass playing. Now, I have Beats by Dre Power Beats headphones. If you want to send a sponsorship bag, please do. And so them shits is noise canceling. So when I have them on, I really don't hear shit. But
Ideally.
when I walk in,
I like how you did it, like it was a whole ad.
like it's like all I hear is bluegrass.
Okay.
So I turn around to my coworker who's from Tennessee, who's I believe is a racist, who is the person that put on the bluegrass, and I'm like, how the fuck can you listen to this? Like, how can you listen to this realistically? Like, for real. Like, he was like, what? I don't like listening to fake sounds. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean by fake sound? Unrealistic sound.
Yeah, what does fake sound mean?
So he didn't really have anything to say about it. But I'm like, he's like, what? It's all strings. You play strings. You played strings. I'm like, yes. But I'm about arrangement. About how it goes. How it morphs together. How it sounds. Sonically.
Right.
Is it appealing to the ear? I'm like, bro, this shit sounds like a bowel movement. Now, granted, I don't like my coworker. So I was kind of like aiming low, below the belt, just to be insulting, but not be overly insulting
like
to
be
him.
a dick, but on purpose.
Yeah, purposely insulting him, but insulting his taste in music, which drives white people insane. It's like that I've noticed.
Jesus.
So I'm like, this shit sounds like a bowel movement. He was like, I like the sound. He was like, this is all strings. How can you not like this? And I'm like, look, fam. You've already told me that you don't like Rick James. You don't like fake sound, which I can understand when you talk about synthetic sound. I can understand that.
All right.
But you don't like some of the greatest songs of the generations two before us. You don't like arrangements for certain songs, but you don't even know how to. Regardless, or how to explain that. But regardless of such things,
if you've never known, how to make something,
regardless of such things,
right? I mean, yeah.
What really hit me was like, yo, you claim that you don't like real sounds, or don't like, or do like certain sounds. You don't know what sound is or or how it's looped. Now music can now be looped. A piano chord can now be looped around into a circle.
Right.
Same fucking 6 notes. Looped around into a circle. Made into a song. Broken down into a bridge. And within the same 6 notes. You might not like the arrangement, but the sound is real. You know what I'm saying? And the part that really hit his soul, and I love this point. And if you are a listener that likes this type of music, this is going to be a point that it's going to hit hard for you. Have you ever thought why the bluegrass category isn't broadcast during the Grammys?
Same reason why the hip hop category wasn't always broadcasted during the Grammys.
Hip hop, no, different. Hip hop category.
Wow.
Hip hop category was
hip hop was looked at
because
they were trying to refuse
bluegrass. No, they were trying to refuse to acknowledge it as music. Bluegrass was always acknowledged as music. It just wasn't popular.
Bluegrass has always been popular. Longer than hip hop.
Country was. Bluegrass is in a different version of country.
Bluegrass is a derivative of country.
It's like the drill of country.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he's not lying. It's the truth.
I'm serious. So that's
it is like it kind of is.
It's the drill of country.
It kind of is.
If we're gonna subclass it, it is.
Yeah, like for real. So that still doesn't make you right.
No, it does in the sense of drill isn't not acknowledged by hip hop, but it's not drill isn't acknowledged as a category within the Grammys. Bluegrass is acknowledged as a category, but isn't given the same love. Nigga, yes, because the country category is always broadcasted.
Oh my God, I can't believe you about to make me defend the Grammys. Bro, the Grammys is supposed to be a thing where it's like a culmination of every genre. So you cannot culminate a subgenre from a genre. You were either the best in hip hop for a rap album or hip hop album or hip hop
history
song or rap
today.
song, or you're not.
The more
Same way how Nas finally got his first one, and we all know that was just, let's give you this because we know we cheated you the last 20 years.
When I was in a band,
come on.
When I was in a band, I like one of my main things in my head was like, yo, one day we gonna play the Grammys, and that's gonna be one of the biggest moments in our whole careers.
I thought that one day too, 10, 12 years ago. I used to think, hey, that'd be fucking amazing.
I don't think it was impossible.
Performer. I don't think it's impossible today. But at the same time, am I invested in the Grammys as I was 10 years ago? No.
What I'm saying is the genre that I was classified in when I was in the band was in the metal category, would have been. The metal category is not acknowledged on televised TV.
Just like hip-hop wasn't for the first 15 years it was around.
They wasn't given an award for that.
No, they were. It just wasn't on TV.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no shit.
Yeah. That's how do you think Nas got cheated for 20 years?
Fucking Illmatic came out in 92, 93? They didn't have a fucking a category for it then. At those times.
I'm not saying I during got the times when bro. I'm just saying.
Look,
isn't it a little weird? Nas gets his first Grammy in 2021. Oh my God.
I can't believe I'm gonna be the person to do this. And I can't believe I'm gonna be the person to do 28th.
This. I'm not saying that's got nothing to do with no beef or nothing, but
I'm gonna lose my whole venture card because you didn't force me to do this.
Go ahead, do what you got to do, sir.
It's hard. Jay-Z would not have some of the Grammys that he has today if it was not for the acknowledgement of the Grammys during the time that he was at his prime. Damn, I hate to have to say that out loud, but it's truth. It's true. It's true. It's true. You know it. You know it. You know it.
Please explain yourself, sir. Please explain yourself. Because if you're saying what I think you're saying, you sound about as R-worded as the people that think that they've been R-worded by G-worded people.
All right, let me break this down to you like a fraction, you know what I mean?
G-worded people that would do something that would be like R-worded.
So Hove wasn't massively accepted.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, I don't say massively accepted. Like, that's just a bad word. Hove had his Carter 3 moment, like Wayne had, the same time that Hard Knock Life came out. During that point in time...
Hove had his Carter 3 moment when Hard Knock Life came out. That was equivalent to Lollipop and everything else that was coming out for Carter 3. When that came, that's that energy for that album and that type of music is the same. Stop it.
Exactly why we don't have certain hip hop conversations.
Why is this so loud?
Make your phone shut the fuck up.
I just did.
Put it on silent. Jesus Christ. But my point of it is when Hard Knock, like the Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life, Lil Wayne, Carter 3 acknowledgement is.
You talking about a whole like
nigga, shut the fuck up.
You talking about a 20-year period. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was the moment when it went from niggas in the hood knowing that what you were just saying and acknowledging it to the world looking at what you were saying and acknowledging it. Not just hood niggas. For both of them, from when Hard Knock Life came out, was the like when what was that? The Carter
Hard Knock
3?
Life came out was volume 2.
2? All right, so
volume 2.
Volume 2. That moment was the moment where he had that crossover to when white people, pop listeners, were starting to pay attention to Jay-Z. Just like with the Carter 3, when Lollipop and shit came out.
I think that was Carter 2 for Wayne.
Nigga! You talking about with hustler music on that bitch? That nigga was talking to niggas on that whole bitch. That whole bitch. It was talking to hood niggas. It was not talking like it was. No. We saw that shit as radio hits because it was radio hits for us. It's not the same thing.
Who said anything about radio hits?
Regardless, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna continue.
Time out. Lil Wayne just got fucked out of a Grammy this year.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
For what?
Funeral.
Shut up.
All right, let's go to the list. Where my phone at?
This
nigga want to act like
no.
Let's go to because we should have pulled this out earlier anyway.
No.
Wayne was up for a Grammy.
No,
Kanye won a Grammy for gospel music. Fuck you. Shut up. No, you can't tell me Wayne didn't deserve.
I boycott the Grammys. What is we even talking about?
We talking about the fact that the Grammys are what they are, which is fucked up, and the fact that Beyonce got her 28th
at the beginning
Grammy.
Of this, my favorite artist really don't win Grammys, y'all.
Okay. Look though. You're right. People don't win Grammys that deserve them, and they get fucked out of them. You're right, but at the same time, when they get them, do they not count?
Say your point.
No, when we get them, do they not count? Where we go? Here we go. I'm on private. There we go. Okay. What? Kanye got one for like contemporary fucking gospel music and fucking some other shit.
It's not fucking acknowledged on television, so people don't see it.
Like I said, bro, the hip hop category wasn't acknowledged on television for like what?
At one point.
The first 15 years.
But it's the most popular music in the world.
And it's still barely recognized. They still fuck us out of them. Meg should have got Album of the Year.
Because it's dictated.
Who got Album of the Year? Billie Eilish got Album of the Year over fucking Meg.
I checked the awards.
And Billie got up on stage and said, hey, Meg, how the fuck did this happen? Yo, this is your award. Like, she got her little 18, 19-year-old up ass and said, like, yo, I don't even know why this is mine.
Look, fam.
Like,
the nominee.
It was more sincere than the fucking Macklemore shit. It was like, yo, how did that happen?
But Billie Eilish
and we all know those of us that are in this.
Acknowledge this shit though.
But I was just gonna say, those of us that
Macklemore took that fucking Grammy and was like, I'm gonna take it.
Those of us that know, that know who's kind of know who's winning.
Kendrick
before
Lamar
you
has
get
delivered
there.
4.
You kind of know who's winning.
Actually, I would say 5.
Why do you think why do you think Jay-Z and Beyonce weren't there when Meg lost? Why do you think they weren't at the table they were at? Because they already knew. Everybody knows what's going on before they get there. When you get there, it's a show you're supposed to go, ah! That's what you're supposed to do. And maybe to some degree, it's, it's still an earned achievement, but to some degree, you still got to go, hey, you got to do that. Why do you think they left when she lost? Nigga, she shouldn't have lost.
Afraido was the best hip hop album of this year that was nominated.
I didn't listen to all the hip hop albums.
No,
I didn't listen to all the albums of the year.
I'm gonna keep it a bang. I'm talking to the people right now. I'm not even
Go
talking
ahead.
to you
Go ahead.
specific.
Go ahead.
If we talking about nominations as far as hip hop, Alfredo was the best project of this year.
Over Nas.
Nominations, yeah.
I heard Alfredo.
I love.
I heard part of Alfredo.
I love King's Disease. Love it.
I heard part of Alfredo and I heard part of King's Disease. I honestly can't give you a real opinion on what's better because I haven't heard all of either album. But
I've been listening.
I know Nas deserves one, and I know Gibbs deserves one too, because Gibbs been going hard, crazy for the last like at least 6 years, like crazy for like the last 6-7 years.
Outside of the GOATs in the Midwest, Gibbs is the best rapper that's mainstream right now.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Like outside of GOATs, Gibbs is the best.
Like, you talking about energy, feel, sound, all of that.
I'm saying
boy
like,
go crazy.
Yeah, I'm saying like you got the flow and you make good
when
music.
When I say boy, I do like I mean that respectfully.
Like you make good music. Like for real. Shout out to Gibbs. I felt like Gibbs was snubbed, but I knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Was he snubbed against Royce, Nas, and who he was against?
No, I knew
the people that
I knew Royce. I knew Royce wasn't
gonna
get his love because Royce's music.
That's not the first time Royce should have been nominated.
Royce,
we all know
but
that.
Royce, what he did was in similarity to I
That's
think
not the first time
he made the more mainstream version of Godbox.
Royce has done too many songs with Eminem. Royce has done too many songs with Eminem alone to not have ever been. Not only I don't know how many times been nominated, but to not have ever won one or been nominated. Not one,
you can't be that good.
Bullshit.
Of an MC
because M got like 20, so you can't fucking tell me that.
You already know my cheek.
Royce deserves at least however many he's. I mean, fucking come on.
Look, fam.
Look at his catalog. Look, fam. Come on, we're not talking. I watched a whole. We're not talking about that category specifically.
I watched a whole thing on Colin Cowherd today about why they were saying like how LeBron James should have probably like 9 or 10 MVPs, and I'm like, you know what? It's possibly
isn't
right.
that some comic book shit though?
But here's the thing. I'm like, you know what? You're probably right because in most years. He is the most valuable player. If you do not have him, your team
just like Hov is the most valuable player in rap every year. Yeah. Great.
That's why I only like the only years where
He's 50.
The only years where I really give a fuck about the Grammys when is when the nominations is when it's really honestly lit.
And when I say that,
when I mean that, like you have Eminem in that bitch, you have Jay-Z in that motherfucker, you have M in that hoe, you have a Drake, and you have a Kendrick.
Out whenever like
when you have something like that,
stop it.
That's something that's worth it. That's something that's worth watching.
Not
because
like
it's something that's compatible. You're not gonna tell me that like, oh yeah, that the allegory loses to this fucking whack ass album.
Let me ask you this question.
It's too lyrical? The fuck?
I love
it's hip hop.
I love how we're jumping around right now because it all makes sense, but it's not.
I love hip hop.
It makes sense, but it doesn't. Let me ask you this. At the same time, Nas making the album he made with King's Disease, if he made that 10 years ago, does he still deserve the Grammy? Or is he still like just reaching for it? Is he still running for it? Because we not comparing him to nobody, but we just saying Nas himself, this nigga that made Illmatic, we already know Illmatic should have been what it should have been, the year it should have been what it was. It wasn't, but we know what it was. So that aside, let's fast forward to God's Son. Let's fast forward to.
I don't think I can really. Oh my god,
we ain't got to pick an album per se. We just got to. I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna say the Untitled album was one of the albums that changed my life for real. By Nas, that was one of the albums that changed my life.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in terms of trophies. What's winning the trophy? In any year that Nas has been out, what's winning the trophy outside of Illmatic, God's Son? What's the other one? Stillmatic and
You talking about the classics?
I'm talking about Period. Just Nas.
Oh, I was saying it,
Nas has
it
been.
was written.
Nas should have got a Grammy
Disciple.
20 years ago.
Look, fam.
Everybody
my
that know
favorite
hip hop
artist-
know that.
My favorite artists really don't win Grammys. My favorite artists.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about in general.
They gave Kendrick some Grammys.
I just seen
to make up for
Kevin
the fact
Gates
that
in a skirt. I don't even know what that's about.
That they snubbed that nigga mad hard for the culture. What?
Oh, that's a break. That hits the brakes, huh? Yeah. Yeah. I just saw Kevin Gates in a skirt, nigga. With like look, you got an iPad. Type up. No, do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
It's not even on the docket, but do it.
I'm grown.
I'm not saying I've lost faith in Kevin Gates. I'm just saying he's exploring things about himself right now that I don't know if
because I have
agree with.
I have a 4 out of 5 stars. That bitch is, you know what I'm saying, running up a hill breathing for his album that came out recently. Like, it's pretty good.
Fam. All right. Look, you think I'm playing.
I don't think you playing.
I said I gotta show you.
You don't.
Right. I do.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
Who was it?
Look, my
Who
favorite rappers don't win Grammys,
bruh.
yo. My favorite rappers don't win Grammys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Conway had one of the best fucking projects last year. Was it Grammy nominated? Nah. Should it have been? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay, wait.
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that Fly God is an Awesome God too.
See,
Was should have been Grammy nominated. That shit was amazing. Lulu.
See how niggas just start rambling off hard ass hip hop albums.
I'm rambling off
one of
like
their
really
favorites
great projects, really great
fucking-
projects.
No, I feel you.
Matter
I've heard
of fact,
some of them. I'm just saying.
Fat Joe. If you ain't going to acknowledge it, Fat Joe right now since he's
I'm not acknowledging nothing right now. I'm just trying to find this picture so I can show you.
Well, I'm talking to the fans. Since he been
'Cause you don't believe it
since he been
exists.
skinnier, Fat Joe and shit, this nigga been barring up niggas for real. You know what I mean?
You don't believe these pictures exist.
I don't want to see these pictures, Bishrick. I don't want to. I want to win in this podcast because I got to take a piss. And I want to go home.
Well, I feel that.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
You a selfish ass nigga.
Oh, man. Where is it?
See, Black Blood Gang Jesus is trying to do everything in his power to not let his ass succeed. That's where prayer come in. That's where prayer come in. Praise him.
Okay. Nigga said, you're not getting my dog like that. All right, yeah. All right.
I'm waiting for the day that there's a rat that comes out of them Fruity Pebbles. I'm waiting for that day. I'm waiting for it. Because we going to have to make George catch it. If we record this shit, he going to have to catch it, motherfucker. You ain't going to catch a rat?
Nigga said this fruity pebble box. All right, bet.
Look, you can't let it disturb the podcast. All right, so you're gonna it's your obligation to catch the rat.
For real though.
We already docking your pay every time you go to sleep, nigga. You just the first episode you've been awake through in 2 months.
For real.
Shit. You gonna have
You said what? Oh my God. Where is it?
It don't exist no more.
It does. I just saw it.
Hip hop is not letting you do this anymore. Huh? We not gonna have no Kevin Gates slander up in this bitch. You right, George. You right.
No, I just seen this shit.
George is absolutely right. We are not gonna have no Kevin Gates slander in this bitch.
I just seen this shit.
We will have all but nothing.
Oh, okay.
We
Wait,
will have
that's
all
the word.
but
That's
nothing.
the word. Hold up.
With all the disrespect for Lil Wayne.
Hold up. Because if this works, y'all niggas gonna be hurt.
All types of slander and disrespect for Daniel Hernandez.
If this works, y'all
And
niggas
all
gonna be
types of
hurt.
extra prayers for NBA Youngboy, because that nigga need them.
That boy got herpes.
That's why he need the prayers.
I ain't got shit to do with what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to be a good humanitarian, nigga. What's wrong with you? You trying to look for Kevin Gates in a skirt and trying to like down. You know, nigga, do you know
Bro,
you're a rapper?
it was a brand new video he just put out.
Nigga, do you know you're a rapper? And you make music? You trying to make music?
Yes, I do, but I also know that I'm not like hell bent on getting no Kevin Gates verse. So like this point is way funnier to me than what the fuck a Kevin verse.
You want me to
Gates
write your
verse
diss
would mean.
tracks? Cause you gonna have a lot of them coming, nigga. I got these for days.
Whatever.
I got these for days, bro.
Whatever.
I got you.
That's assuming. Hey,
got
y'all. Look, if y'all want to,
I'm gonna help you, fam. I don't want you to lose.
If y'all want to treat me like y'all treat the rest of these motherfucking streamers and rappers and niggas that can't really rap as good as I do, motherfucking, go ahead and do what y'all do and motherfucking donate your money to me, us, the podcast, the fucking company, and do what you got to do to help us get these things going. Because you know what? If you think I'm that dope, then there shouldn't be no motherfucking problem in what it is between me and me trying to find motherfucking Kevin Gates in the skirt.
And I think, in my personal opinion, because of my love of hip hop and the game that is and that it currently exists, and the soul that I have for you, shut your mouth.
If you
And you shut your mouth, then I feel that you should spam
it
all of
don't sound right if you clip it.
I feel like you should spam all of your listens and all of your streams to everybody that makes really dope music on the regular and that is not making music like OT Genesis, but you can if you want to. But unlike them people, you can listen to and stream farm all you want of AOS's shit. You know what I mean? Artwork is streaming on all your DSPs in your motherfucking face, you bitch. Killing Crimson every single Friday in your face.
I'm telling you,
bitch.
somebody sent me these pictures. And I'm going to show them to y'all before the end of this podcast. Somebody sent me these pictures, and I'm going to show them to y'all.
No.
Yes, because
don't show us shit.
I was surprised, sir.
I would be surprised if you dropped an album. Shout out to George for the ad-lib.
George can eat a dick. And so can you fucking bean-eating wetback. And you know what? That was racist. And that might get us actually canceled if we had more than fucking what we want to do. But you know what? At the same time, while we're doing what we want to do,
where
all
your
we
album
is,
at? Nigga.
Didn't let me finish.
You don't need to finish. You need to finish your album.
I was never doing an album, sir. I was doing an EP. And while I'm doing this EP, all I was doing was this motherfucker trying to show niggas love and do what I'm doing while I'm trying to show my motherfucking talents and well-beings in this motherfucker. So you go fuck yourself, sir.
We was behind in the technology that it took to make electric cars the last time this nigga tried to make an album. And this nigga makes an album today and don't even call it an album. It took you 14 years to make an EP?
I'm pretty sure.
In the Electronica Bistric, fuck do you think you are?
I'm pretty sure by the time Elon Musk was done being a virgin, I was well on my way
to making your first song.
Yes, sir. And your problem is what?
And you still working on that
just
first
as
song.
much of a genius. What is your problem? What is your problem?
Where that album at, nigga?
Somewhere off 7 and out of drive. I don't know. Word to Lottie. George. I don't know.
George a better rapper.
That
than
wasn't
my
even like
co-host.
disrespectful. Like I was just like
George
rambling
is a
shit
better
off,
rapper
like.
than my co-host. Like, I just witnessed before this podcast started, George just like completely destroyed his life by rapping around his niggas in circles. And like he like died one time, came back to life, had a heart attack again, and went back dead, and then came back. And you know what I'm saying? George is still rapping. This shit was crazy. Shit was crazy. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Can we get into one more story before we go?
Is it about your album dropping? Yeah.
This bitch said my album dropping, but yes, Kane Fo video coming soon. I was trying to help you out, and you gonna fucking flick me off with your whore ass. You fucking cunt nugget.
You know, I love the fact that George actually does some of the editing too, so the shit that I forget, he can just add in there, where it like just like randomly pop out, like
the beauty of it.
You know what? I'm just pointing in certain places, so you can just put shit there, like right
you
there.
What?
And shit.
You know what? You know what? You know what? At this point, we're lucky you guys even pay us any fucking attention. And you know why we are? Because we have little separate arguments like this, and then we have to decide whether or not George is a fuckboy or not. We have to decide whether or not we should send Jose Ortega back over the border, or whether or not I should be put back on a slave ship. But at the end of the day, we show you, motherfucker. Bitch, I'm not light enough. At the end of the day,
you special.
We always, not more than me. At best, you need a helmet.
You said
at the end of the day, God damn it, we do what we need to do. And I want to end this beautiful, wonderful podcast by telling y'all about a person I thought was not only, ironically, what's the right word? Justifiably sentenced. And I promise you're gonna call me a coon for this.
I always do. I look for the opportunity.
Justifiably sentenced, but not only justifiably sentenced, but outside. When I say justifiably sentenced, I mean outside of the rhetoric. But outside of the rhetoric itself, I think you can just go, yeah. I mean that's the right deal. Because if you did it yourself, you wouldn't want more than that.
That's coming from the lips of a coon, so I don't know.
Well, let me get into it before we get up out of here. And this is not a guess what race it is, kids. This is the one and only real deal. This is a Florida man himself. Florida teen. I love how they got a response.
Cause you know it's stupid. You already know it's nothing smart. It's nothing smart leading up to it. Florida teen, like dot. It don't matter. It's already some dumb shit at the top of the headline. Follow me.
All right,
go ahead.
Ain't even lit no more, my nigga.
Go ahead.
You ain't even let me finish.
Go ahead.
Florida teen sentenced to 3 years in jail for hacking Barack Obama, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Kanye West, and Kim Kardashian's accounts last year, meaning 2020, and making over $118,000 worth of Bitcoin, while he also hacked his court date via Zoom, the day of his court date.
Oh, shout out to him. That's a hustle.
Now you say that, but
yeah, right now
I want you to take this
I gotta read some shit.
Phone and read it for yourself, sir.
All right. So,
A, does he not look like the type of nigga that would either shoot up and or hack a school?
He looked like one of the Menendez brothers. So
that's a bit dated, but okay.
Nigga, this podcast ain't for kids. So Apple said
That's still a bit.
we are
old. That's
giving
like
back to our
30
community.
years old.
Apple said, we are giving back to our community. We support Bitcoin and believe you should too. All Bitcoin sent to our address below will be sent back to you double. Jesus Christ, the Lord of, Bedrick 93rd, he said, I am giving back to my community due to COVID-19. All Bitcoin sent to
I did not say that
all
at all.
Bitcoin sent to my address will be sent back doubled. If you send $1,000, I will send $2,000.
I have not said that on any other network except a dark web website.
Jeffrey Bezos said, I have decided to give back to my community. All Bitcoin sent to my address below will be sent back doubled. I am only doing a maximum of 50 bands.
So that means you can hit my Cash App, right?
The legendary, the great, the Barack Drama himself allegedly said, I am giving back to my community due to COVID-19. Niggas is hungry. He didn't say that, but I ad-libbed. All Bitcoin will sent to my address will be sent back doubled. If you send $1,000, I will send back $2,000. Similar to Christ Jesus.
Just finish.
And then Bill,
Just
which I'm assuming his first name is William Gates, said, everyone is asking me to give back, and now is the time. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, America. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you straight up, social media. All of you that have been swindled by such a crime are idiots. Why, in all the fuckery, first off, would you give Kanye West any money? Wait, I'm not done cooking. Second of all, Apple.
I feel like you're crossing hairs.
Yo,
crossing hairs.
I'm telling you this.
But okay.
As my coon artist co-host's phone is in my hand, it is an Apple iPhone. He's already given you his money. He has none of it. So he cannot send you any money.
They are my slave masters, yes.
Kanyesus. The Ezekielites have no money. Once again, I am holding an Apple phone of a Ezekielite. He has no money. He cannot send you any money. Jeff Bezos. I'm going to tell you straight up, he cannot send you $50,000. You know why?
Jeff Bezos needs about $50,000.
Because he's already buying all of your books and all type of miscellaneous wear from Amazon. He has no way to pay you other than for his essential needs.
I got credit.
You do not. Barack Obama.
It's like a $570.
Barack Obama's not asking for money. Why? Because he already got your money in taxes.
Barack Obama?
Barack Obama.
That's not fair.
It may not be fraudulent money, but we paid him tax money.
That's not fair, though.
We paid Barack Obama, y'all.
That's not fair.
This is murder.
Comparing it to the situation we're comparing it to.
Look,
it's
fam.
not fucking fair.
Look, fam. This disgusting use for white skin made all of these felonious tweets. And first off,
felonious tweets, but helpful nonetheless.
How much did he allegedly make in Bitcoin?
Let's
in all seriousness,
let's run that back. Let's run that back. It says, let's just be clear. $118,000 worth of Bitcoin. So $118,000. Hey Siri. She don't fuck with me.
She don't like your dumb ass.
Right. She don't fuck with me.
No.
Hey Alexa. What's $118,000 worth of Bitcoin?
Here's something I found on the web. According to gamexstag.com, although Bitcoin is worth $3,890 today, it was also worth $19,783.21 on.
So whatever the fuck that adds up
I'm about
to,
to say,
you do your own
dumb ass
fucking
can't
math.
do math. But regardless, the point of this whole thing is, you people that donated that money, you were stupid anyway. Because it's like at the end of it all,
That's like calling people that invested in GameStop stupid. That's not true. You're not stupid for investing in it. You're not.
who's your favorite artist of all time?
You already know the answer to that. That's like Jay-Z and
Eminem.
1A.
All right,
1B.
Stanley. Who's your favorite artist of all time?
So we're just gonna go with M. Okay.
Jorge.
Bitch, pick somebody.
Pick something. God damn it.
Drake. Okay.
All right. All time, Jigga. Off the
So
break.
M, Jigga, Drake. What? What's the point?
You giving two bands out the rip if if Eminem asked for it, if Drizzy asked for it, if I myself, if the Jigga man, the HOV himself asked for it?
Am I giving that man
Through
that you're
tweet.
speaking of $2,000 through a tweet? No.
I have a hard time believing you. How about you, Jorge?
You mean, am I like donating him $2,000?
What the fuck does that shit sound like to you through tweet? Does that sound like I'm in dire need if I'm losing my house? No, that sounds like a donation, right?
Okay. All you had to say was yes, you little bitch.
How about you, Jorge? You giving $2,000 to OVO? How about $1,000 to OVO?
$200. $200 for some shoes with some Jordans on them. Like
Yeah,
Jordan
if they
Markins
give you
on
a
them.
pair of like OVO like Jordan 12,
$200. You ain't paying for it. Your size. Fitted for you. Whatever laces you
I have a
want.
feeling he gonna say no.
Whatever laces you want in them.
I ain't never seen
Pick
Jorge
your
in
color.
a good pair of shoes in a day in my life.
Pick
So
your color.
It's really. Have you ever had a pair of white shoes?
Hold up. Don't go that far. Time out.
No, I was like, have you really? Never? Wow.
So Skechers. All right. Bet. What'd you say?
I'm gonna get you a first pair of white ones, my nigga. I got you.
You ain't never had no low top, high top, or mid Air Force.
Mids is where it's at, but that's
You
not,
ain't never owned a
that's
high
not for
top pair of
swag.
black Forces to make motherfuckers even
Matter of
think
fact,
you was.
you a Cortez, you a Cortez ass nigga. I'm bringing you into my world, bro. I got you, fam. That's fucked up. What size you wear? I got you. That's fucked up. You ain't never had a pair of all whites. No pair of cocaines. Oh shit.
I think we're deviating from the point here.
I'm actually
regardless-
that's fucked up.
Regardless from George's ability to defend himself from 1-on-100 Mexican invasion.
Matter of fact, this is a perfect segue
Everything
to
he needs to know is everything he needs to know.
donate us some money because we're actually gonna use that money for a specific reason. All we need is $60 to get Jorge his first pair of all white Air Force One.
I heard the kids is still in cages, even with Biden in office. Y'all should probably do something about that.
They should, yeah. But along with that, you know what I'm saying? We got Jorge living out here like a slave. We cannot have him without a pair of his own, very own pair of all white Cortez. $60 through all of our 10 to him listeners. We use it
That's
for
like $5 a listener,
It's not $2,000, nigga.
right? We talking about a regular ass pair of Cortezes.
Do you know, listeners, how much this shit would change the world if you got Jorge his very own pair of all white cocaine like Colombian like sniffle butter,
and if we cannot,
for
as
like,
a team
man,
and as a family,
God damn
afford the one and only Jorge himself something just as simple and small as a pair of Cortezes, just like a little African child want to fly off his eye. All you motherfuckers. All you motherfuckers can do for yourself and us, you and him, is just buy him something. Not even buy him something. Just send to the Cash App. Or no, just
I know one of y'all OVO.
I don't even remember the donation
podcast.
podcast.
I already know.
I don't even remember the
One
donation.
of y'all niggas listen
It's
to
something
this shit.
Anchor/TN2M313 or something like that. Just look it up. Just go to the
One
main
of y'all
Anchor
niggas
page.
know Drake.
If you want to buy the man known as Jorge, that the one and only Tequila Poppy calls him what?
Calls who?
Talking about Jorge, sir.
Well, I call him a bunch of things. Captain White Man. Like the Pale Slave. A lot of things. Like, what do you
So if you want to
gotta be
help
more
the pale
specific.
slave get a better haircut and a better fucking,
his haircut was like all types of fucked up. Too,
we'll
bro.
talk about that behind the scenes. That's for the Patreon.
You ever seen them kids with the afro? Like, matter of fact, right now, if you're watching this or listening to this podcast, if you're listening to it audibly on a Saturday when this shit should drop out, you know what I mean? You probably and possibly could be watching this during the game, whichever game you might be watching, you know what I'm saying? March Madness time. Whatever kid has the afro on the court and it just doesn't look like it's right for his head, that's what type of haircut that George has right now.
Word to Tom Izzo and every one of them fucking 15 children that fucked him out of that game the other night.
It's what the kids are doing these days.
I didn't even, that wasn't even on the docket, but I feel for Tom Izzo. He has spent 26 years coaching you little black bitches.
I feel bad for anybody who has really good vision, like myself, who, you know what I'm saying, who doesn't feel like destroying their eyes with the sights of terrible haircuts when, you know what I'm saying, like, you 3,600 Ortega, like
It's
myself.
15, how many niggas is on the basketball team? 15, 16?
I think it's 15 college.
15. It's 15 of you niggas on the floor. It's 4 white boys and 1 nigga with no hair. And all 5 of them got better ideas for creative haircuts than the rest of you motherfuckers.
Before we get the fuck
How
out of here,
dare you do Tom Izzo
I do
like
want to
that?
say this. Praise Blood Gang, Black Jesus, for the fact that was it Ohio State got knocked out in the first round this year.
Nigga, so did Michigan State. That was my
Michigan
point.
State had to like fight to even get into the tournament.
That ain't the point. The point is you made Tom Izzo look bad. You know what? That's the name of this episode. How dare you make Tom
My
Izzo look bad?
squad wasn't even in it.
It's not. It's not.
My
It's
squad
not.
wasn't
But
even
still,
in
God
it.
damn it. How dare you make Tom Izzo look bad?
Bad recruiting this year. It's COVID year, nigga. It's college basketball. It's college sports, period.
No. You had a whole senior on your team that you didn't take out. And I know why Tom Izzo didn't take him out. His name was something Henry. He didn't take him out because why? Because he was the best nigga on the court and he wanted to give him a chance. Nigga, if I'm an NBA recruiter and that's the last game I saw you play,
Nigga.
and I watch you shoot 2 air balls, one before the fucking
I'm gonna ask you one
end of
thing.
the
I'm gonna
half,
ask you one thing.
and
I'm
one
gonna ask you
start
one
of the
thing right
half,
now.
and you only got fucking 10 points, 12 points.
I'm gonna ask you one thing right now.
You can go fuck yourself after
Then we
this
getting the
game
fuck
goes to
outta here.
halftime or overtime, and you still lose. by fucking 12. What?
Is Cassius
Please.
Winston an NBA player?
I don't know what that means.
He was on Michigan State. He played all 4 years. Up until this year, he played all 4 years. Is Cassius Winston, the point guard, is he an NBA player, in your opinion?
Is he in the NBA?
No.
Okay. What does that mean? I'm not talking. Look, I'm sure whoever you talking about, I've seen play basketball for MSU before, and I'm sure that nigga did not do what this guy Henry that I'm talking about did last night. That dude, along with look, they got.
He's gonna
tired.
ask for
They
a
ran
transfer
in
if
the-
he gonna go to the draft.
Nigga, you a senior. He's a senior.
You can still transfer for another year.
Great.
You get another year
Great.
eligibility.
You get one more chance.
Yeah.
You
why
still
not?
look like trash.
Nigga.
Hey yo,
Michigan
Henry,
State.
what's his name? Allison.
Michigan
Hey,
State.
yo, you look
Michigan
like
State was
Allen-
like 10 and 8 in
Allison,
the
you look
conference.
like
What are you
trash.
talking about?
I'm talking about the nigga Henry that's on the MSU team right now. He looks like garbage, and he is garbage.
Michigan State is my hometown root. They was trash this year. It wasn't gonna be shit.
They made Tom Izzo look bad.
Nigga. They was gonna be bad this year anyway.
No, you didn't have to be that bad. You didn't have to go to the first 4 of the March Madness after you fought your way to get into March Madness to then, fuck yourself over.
I'm a Blue Devil. Like if I'm gonna bleed it out, I'm a Blue Devil. But I'm not gonna fucking say shut up. But I'm like with that being said, I knew going into this season, COVID, all that shit, we're not gonna get the best recruits that we normally do. We're not gonna be able to run like we normally do. And we did. We sucked this year. I'm not holding that against anybody. We just sucked.
Yeah.
The best.
I don't
this
think
year,
it's.
I mark my words.
You
Mark
can't
my
mark that
words
on-
this year. If you still got a live bracket or you still looking at your bracket and I'm watching the game when I get to the crib, I'm probably gonna watch 3 of them bitches and not go to sleep. Telling you straight up.
Nigga
But-
said, I'm gonna watch 3 of them bitches and not go to
This
sleep.
is motherfucking basketball Christmas for me. I love this shit. But mark my words, probably this year is gonna be a team that's random. Oklahoma State might win it. It's really based. This year is based on a lot of luck. Who you got in your who you really recruited, and what your schedule look like for real.
I feel it.
Cause you ranked
Yeah.
really well, and you get that really good, easy way to the Final Four. Win, lose, or draw. Shit.
Well, my main picks for any March Madness shit was always Michigan State winning it.
You only make one bracket.
I never make any brackets. I'm just saying when I have to pick a team, it's the teams I like. The teams I like are Michigan State, Florida, Duke, University of North Carolina, and Ohio State. If one of them aren't really in the lead, and especially Michigan State, because it's like a personal thing for me, it's like,
I made
I don't
12
really pay
brackets
no
this year.
difference. You retarded.
I have one perfect one.
You're retarded. Why even go through all the struggle?
I'm trying to get that $1 million.
I feel that, but you want $1 million or you want $1 billion or you want $6.6 billion? Do you want to go through what it takes to maybe lose in March Madness? Maybe have to marry the one and only Kim Kardashian and be pimped out by the one and only Kris Jenner just to do what you think you need to do to be you, to get where you need to be after you have made album after fucking album, classic after classic,
Bishrick, I'm gonna let you know right now.
that makes you worth $6.6 billion. For those of you who didn't hear me, $6.6 billion. That's more than Hove.
I can't
Said
believe-
that's more than Hove.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this out loud, but I'm gonna say it. He's gonna force me to.
I'm just trying to hear your piece, your point of view on it, sir. Before we move into my favorite part of this.
In 23 years, I'm gonna buy the New York Knicks.
Word to James Dolan. You probably won't. James Dolan will make sure you drown in the Mexican fucking river before you fucking own anything that's close to the New York Knicks or Patrick Ewing not being allowed into the building.
You know what's funny about that? Is that your coonery really thought that it was like, nigga, you think I'm gonna have myself as the front man to own that shit? No.
Even if you're part of a team, those.
I'm gonna have my way of doing it.
You see, I caught myself right there.
I was like, I've been thinking about this for some time, nigga. And if it's still in place, nigga, I'm definitely gonna execute it. I'm definitely gonna execute it. Oh my God, I'm gonna get that team. Anyway, 23 years, I'm gonna own the New York Knicks.
23 years.
I'm gonna be the first person to bring a championship to the New York Knicks since the 20th century. After that, I'm gonna buy an MLB team
for like $750 million, like LeBron and Maverick did.
Exactly.
I feel that.
No,
I'm not against that. Sir.
No salary cap. Within that same time, by the time I'm 60 years old, I'm gonna bring it back the other way and double down on a stadium major investment and build for MLS team.
You know, that makes me wonder what Hov is going to do with that $600 million he made in the last month and a half.
I'm going to tell you what he's going to do with it.
Didn't do that. And not to say you couldn't or you wouldn't, but
I'm gonna
you
tell
didn't.
You, I'm going to tell you what he's going to do with it. I'm going to tell you what Hov going to do with it.
I mean, fuck.
He gonna float. He gonna float.
Like that's all profit.
He gonna float over to my motherfucking stadium in an invisible jet and shit, and get let off on the top and be like, "Yo,
fuck you thought this was."
I see you doing something out here. I see you made a couple billion in like a couple years. You doing something." Kanye thought he was doing something too.
Let me ask you.
He thought he was 6.6 billion up.
Now wait. Let's not.
And then I floated on that nigga like a Latin.
Time out. Because
exactly what's going to
Hov still eat off of Kanye. Not disrespectfully saying that. Respectfully, Hov does still eat off of Kanye.
Kanye eat off of Hov too.
Respectfully, yes. Respectfully, yes.
If there is,
you're right.
If there is no,
you're
Hov,
right.
If there's no Hov, there's no Kanye.
It's a lot
of.
It's a couple songs out there that if you play them, both of them getting paid. I don't know the percentage cut. I don't know where they were at in their relationship at that point, but
to me, it's really
they both getting paid.
Who really like for sure? I feel you, but if there is no overall, if there is no Kanye West being brought in and producing Hov, there's no Kanye West. Like Jay-Z would have been Jay-Z.
Okay, so where is Jay-Z? Okay, no. Would he be? Where is Jay-Z without Time Out? Where is Jay-Z without Lucifer? Where is Jay-Z without the Black Album? Where is Jay-Z without the second half of Volume? No, not Volume 2. Where is Jay-Z without the second half of the Blueprint 2?
Jay-Z had somebody within Circle that he could consistently work.
Yeah, Just Blaze, Dream. But you could argue all of that. But come on.
No, but I'm saying like
Kanye is that guy.
Saying, like Kanye was that guy.
Right.
But
and who brought him in? Brought him in?
But if
I believe his name started with a D and his name end with a, or his last name in with a
Ash?
D too. Yeah, I believe it's something to do with a dash. He got a niece or a cousin that we referred to last week on this podcast.
If
that
Kanye was
very inflammatory.
If Kanye West was just a
shout out to Stacey.
If Kanye West was just a fucking producer, and still
Not
had to
shout
deal
out,
with
but,
Dash, Dame, through this amount of time, if there was still Rockefeller,
Do you think
Dame would have been shot this nigga by now.
that's what I was just gonna ask you? Do you think that,
This shit wouldn't be a thing.
regardless to it being that close, percentage wise, or being creative wise,
Damn.
do you think that it would be
Would I shoot?
that type of thing? Let me finish. Do you think it would be that type of thing if, like, let's say it was let's say Rockefeller clothing was a thing that, because obviously nobody wears Rockefeller anymore, but I'm just saying,
Now, unless
if
you
Rockefeller,
broke. You poor.
yeah, and you like found it in the lost and found.
Yeah. Like,
But anyway,
yeah.
let's.
You rocking Rockefeller
If you
today,
listen,
nigga,
if you wear
probably
Rockefeller
copping
right
from
now,
somebody
you
that
probably
got,
not
got
listening
that
to this
extra good
podcast.
dope cook. You know what
And
I
if
mean?
you are listening to this podcast by some way, because you probably stole somebody's iPhone and snuffed them for it, and the rest of their
Puff
jewels,
Daddy with the pot,
you
can't
probably
stop,
need
won't
to
stop.
fucking get your life together. But at the same time, all I'm saying is, if Dame did that and was just, closer to Jay, or Jay was closer to Dame, when it comes to something maybe just as frivolous as a clothing line, you don't think they can make no money together without everything else happening and being a thing outside of
Kanye is
all of that
indifferent.
other shit?
Kanye is indifferent to Jay and Dame. It wouldn't have lasted forever.
I don't think none of it was. I mean, we all have an outside looking in point of view, but when we look at it,
He's
do you
indifferent to them.
think it wouldn't have been a thing?
No.
Nigga, Kanye.
Because I know, because here's my thing. It's like, I'm an artist who has an extra grind, like, bone to me, where it's that hustle bone, where it's like, you just gotta do it.
Right.
And it's like, when you meet someone that's just an artist, like, they know they're gonna get paid from it if it succeeds, but that's just what they do. You might notice it. You might acknowledge it. You might be like, yo, they dope at their craft. You know what I mean? But if you have to work with that nigga forever, and that mindset is all they have,
That's different.
it's eventually going to get to that point.
I see what you're saying.
It's eventually going to get to that point where it's going to be like, look, nigga, we 110
Some
million.
point
up.
this has to be like, we either have to meet in the middle or this
fuck
has
are
to
you
separate.
doing? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, what are you doing?
Which at some point, whether it went down that way or not, I think
And Matt,
there has to be a
I
thing.
would say break it down like this, and then we can get out of here. If Kanye ends up becoming
Well,
a,
I had
if
that last
if
time.
Kanye, let's say Jay-Z's like, you know what, I want you to be one of the main board members on Tidal when I start this shit. Prior to like him tripping,
Wasn't that the case? Wasn't every artist
he was like a primary investor, like in the investors. But I'm talking
board
about
member?
yeah. But I'm talking about like a board member, like you make
Even Jay said, "Nigga, I shouldn't have done that like that."
yeah. But I'm
Like after that happened, what you're
but
talking
like
about,
yeah, but
even
like
he
a
was
real
like, "Nigga, I shouldn't have done that."
But like a real legit board member. You know what I'm saying? You sit on the board, decisions are made amongst the whole company, management, music, the whole nine from top to bottom.
it looked good on paper.
Yeah, but let's say that happens. Let's say Kanye is brought in, Jay brings him in. Everything breaks down. Like, Kanye still does Kanye. Nothing else happens other than he's
that
brought
was
in.
the case, I think. What you're talking about, I think that was the case.
He wasn't really influential in what happens with Tidal. That's what I'm saying.
He had ownership in it.
But so did a
Taylor
bunch of-
Swift had ownership in it. Every artist
Real
had ownership in it.
influence.
That was a big artist.
Influence.
No, literally an ownership stake.
Ownership stake. I'm talking about influence in what it does. Not like what
Well, I
influence,
guess-
and not influence on whether your
I say
album
ownership
sells
stake,
good, your
I guess
fucking
let's
views and
clarify that.
streams are like amazing.
Because you're
I'm
right.
I'm talking about
You're
like
right,
real
you're right,
influence
you're right,
on
you're
like,
right,
yo,
you're right.
this shit on the app looks like fucking dog shit. We need to change this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? That type
But
of
when Hov bought that shit, it was his intention
it was his
to
intention.
give everybody
But
say in the
let's
shit.
let's
even
say
though it,
it
didn't
gets
work
to
out.
that point.
Yeah.
And then Kanye is now in part of Tidal, which would also probably make him somewhat in part of Rock Nation. and on top of everything else that he's already
Somehow,
done.
right,
Yeah, and on top of everything else that he done. And then he has the same breakdown, same things already happened.
Talking about now.
I'm saying like just the beef.
Excuse me for my hiccups.
Just the beef between him and Jay just don't happen. But this like in the multiverse phase, I would say they still good when this shit comes together.
Okay.
And then when it comes together, everything's good, and then Kanye still has the same breakdown.
Well, what is the 6.6 billion based off of? That's what I've been wondering this whole time because I haven't really dug deep into it. I haven't really researched more
pretty
than
much
what I've heard
with
so
the
far.
worth of his investments. I mean, with the
From
worth
Gap
of
and everything,
what the worth
like,
of all of his investments and accumulative possible growth should be.
within what time period? Are we talking about as of 2021?
As of 2021 total.
So right now, Kanye West is worth $6.6 billion.
Yeah.
So
probably, I would say maybe 70% of it.
I gotta ask this. I'm not trying to be divisive when I say this. I'm not trying to be weird when I ask this.
Liquid money is different from.
No.
I'm trying to explain it for the customers, customers, for the listeners. Liquid money is different than non-liquid. For those who don't know, liquid means you can actually touch it. You can go to the bank and actually get that shit. Non-liquid means that your investment, you've invested into it. You know what I'm saying? Like you may not live in this this $200,000 house that you flipping, but you own it until you flip it. So technically, that's a part of your net worth.
That depends on how long it takes you to flip it. It might break you.
No, it's still part of your net worth.
If you Kanye, you can do that.
Like, look, fam, Kanye.
All I'm saying is
Kanye getting money. Kanye getting a lot of bags from a lot of different ways.
All I'm saying is this.
He getting cheated on his music, so he got to get it a bunch of different other ways.
I don't think he's being cheated on his music. I think he's being fairly.
You seen his fucking contract?
No.
Have you read that?
Not the newest one, no.
Shit.
But I have read the previous ones, and those didn't seem that fair either.
No, nigga, that nigga is in like the
and
7.
Those are the ones that like.
You know what a 360 is?
Huh?
That nigga in a 720. Like that nigga's in something completely
fucked
fucked
in a 180. Fucking 720. He's in a 180.
Nigga, they getting money.
About 180 is
anything.
Everything is just coming
if
back
this
around
nigga, if this nigga makes two fucking clinks with his fucking keyboard by his dick hitting the keyboard by accident, walking in the dark.
How much? Okay.
Like, fucking label owns
time
that.
out. You can't say that without clarifying what we were just talking about. He's worth $6.6 billion now. How much of that catalog is worth music, and how much of what he's done or has been quote unquote seemingly
you don't own his masters, probably not much.
Let me finish. Just from the outside looking in, being cheated on.
He don't own his masters, so probably not much.
His accumulated, he clearly owns some of them. He doesn't own all of them, but he owns some of them.
Net worth, I would say, more or less, is based on like his business deals that he's done. Because he doesn't own a lot of.
Kanye doesn't have a lot of endorsements like that. Like, how many things?
No, it's not endorsements, nigga. It's your business deals. It's what you doing. It's what you investing into. It's how you moving. It's the fashion. It's the shoes. It's the Adidas. It's the Gap. It's all that other shit that he
going
doing.
out and making them deals yourself.
He is pretty much. He getting robbed. He getting robbed for the music bag.
So outside of that, the label is making that move for you. Kanye is still tied into a label.
That's why he doesn't want to do music anymore.
I don't think he doesn't not want to do music. The boy literally just won a Grammy last Sunday. He won a Grammy.
He just pissed on a Grammy.
And he won one. After he pissed on it,
he
won one. That was a whole
about these awards
about how Kanye just pissed on the Grammy and then won one.
He don't give a fuck about these Grammys.
He won a Grammy. Kanye is so wildly, retardedly dope in his own way that this nigga just fucking won a Grammy for Christian music accidentally. After he pissed on a Grammy for rap music 6 months before.
Fam.
He pissed on one on camera in the toilet.
Yes.
For everybody to see. And the Grammy still gave him one, but they didn't give the Weeknd one. Come on, stop it,
fam. He got he's not making his bank from music at this point.
No,
he been not making
obviously,
his music, like the majority of his bank from the music at this point. That's what I'm saying. Like the music and his masters and what he owns, nigga, is not very much his cumulative value in what he owns and how much he's worth. Those are business moves. Now, do I believe all of them are gonna pan out forever? No, but I do not. I wish Kanye was the best as far as his mental health. So let's get the fuck out of here because I got to take a piss.
Yeah. We're going to save, matter of fact, I might actually save this for guess what race it is next week. So surprise for you people. We will always do everything you motherfuckers need us to do, whether it's political, whether it's comedy, whether it's some bullshit, whether it's some real shit.
I like hip hop.
On your mama, whether it's hip hop, whether it's on your grandmama, whether it's on your bitch, whether you want to just hit us up to just do what we can do, then we gonna do it when we do it because we do it and we do it better than most of you niggas.
Yeah.
Whether we streaming on Twitch, whether we streaming on YouTube, whether this is a video that gets uploaded, whether it's the audio that will be uploaded tonight. And all of you niggas need to know is that it's
and I'm still
10 to it.
And I'm still praying for all you niggas that's still trying to figure out y'all 15-minute sets and shit when, you know what I'm saying, we the dopest niggas to ever do it off the top of our dome pieces about shit that just be happening in life, nigga. We just doper than y'all niggas.
Like the man to the left of me said to you niggas last week,
shit.
All we do is what we do. And sometimes it just happens to be better than what you niggas get paid to do.
Dios en la puta.
Whatever that means.
God in this bitch.
So we out here.
You know what I mean? We will be back next week for episode, was it 149 of this podcast? I think.
This is 148.
Yeah, so 149 of this podcast. I am your host, Jose Ortega, you know what I mean? AKA Podcast Puffy, you know what I'm saying? Can't stop, won't stop. And this is my co-host, Busy 93, aka Busy 93rd, and you know what I mean, the first. You know, I ain't gonna drop his whole name because that's just disrespectful and shit. We don't need to know all that.
If you need to know my AKAs, then you can go find me from my AKA so you can know me as well as I know myself.
You know what I'm saying? George, I'm sure by this point, has at some point in time, like, our real follow, like, tags and shit, like, popped up all around us and shit, and, like, all types of fanciness that he does with his editing thing because we have to give him something to do. But, like, yeah, hit us up, like, share, subscribe, all that shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? Show us love. We love y'all. Shout out to everybody that listens across the world, watching across the world. You know what I'm saying? Male, female, raccoon, lion. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to this shit with your cat, like, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? You special peoples too. You know what I'm saying? We will be back next week in this bitch.
You bitch, you.
Feel me?
And
love
you not a bitch.
You know what I mean?
And hey, we just coming back right to you.
God.
Next week.
I mean, shit.
Because we do this.
I mean, shit.
And it's still not done recording. Here we go. We're done. Bow.